Good afternoon, boys and girls, and in particular boys, may I say. Not because I'm sexist or anything like that, you understand, but because all week Hammers Chat has been doing videos in conjunction with the Dylan Tombides Foundation to raise awareness of testicular cancer, and in particular, chaps, to get you horrible lot to check yourself. Lift up your luggage and have a rummage and all that sort of thing. Of course, being a bit silly, but you know what? It may well be the most important thing you've ever done. Have a check around. If you feel anything that feels like it shouldn't be there, contact your GP. They'll get you sorted out really quickly. Get you down for an ultrasound scan. It's done really, really quickly. That's it. Want to check out the details? Have a look below. It'll explain it a lot better than I ever could. Right. There's lots of things to discuss. Boring, horrible stuff. Fredericks was out for 6 weeks, injury. Sorchek was, I think it may well be 3 or 4 weeks. Mark Noble thinks we need at least 5 wins to stay safe. It was all a bit miserable, really. So anyway, for what am I going to talk about in this video? I don't know. And I came across, if you pardon the expression, I came across a tweet on Twitter, funnily enough, and it was from Daniel. And Daniel's given it the old Sherlock Holmes. Daniel's been surfing on the old interweb, and he has been on the official West Ham site. And he noticed, if I can just pop this up now, basically after our win against Liverpool, in fact after our win against Liverpool, who am I kidding? I wish. After our defeat against Liverpool, I can't be bothered to edit that out, by the way. The club uploaded some photos onto the website as they usually do. There was one photo in particular, which was a celebration of one of our goals. Don't know which one. But it appears that the club uploaded a photo and then went back and uploaded a doctored version of the same photo later on. How have they doctored it? Well, Eagle-Eyed Daniel has spotted that during the celebrations, there's a geezer there in a gold Sullivan Brady out t-shirt celebrating. They photoshopped him out. Expunged from history. Well, maybe not that extreme, but he's been taken out of photo. Which I think is quite it's funny, isn't it? You make more of a story by doing it than just leaving it in. I mean, there were so many. There were balloons, there were banners, there were all sorts of things going on. But the fact that they were somebody's made a decision and probably said to the intern, look, you got to Photoshop him out. I mean, if you were to do that with everybody, you'd end up with no crowd there. But it does make you wonder, to what lengths will the club go to manipulate this sort of thing? So we've done a bit of digging. Found a couple of other dodgy looking pictures. Look like they might have been doctored one way or another. I don't know. They may well be perfectly authentic. I'll leave it for you to decide. There was something else that cropped up which was a bit silly. I'm not overly digging anyone out here, but it was a bit of a funny one. On Wednesday, it was Albion Ajeti. Some of you will be aware of who this is. It was his birthday. And the club thought it was his 22nd birthday. And they popped up a tweet. Saying happy birthday, funny enough. Albion Ajeti, happy 22nd birthday. Except it wasn't. It was his 23rd birthday. And much like Eagle-Eyed Daniel had noticed the doctored picture, a certain eagle-eyed Scotsman had replied to them and said, actually, Ajeti's 23. So that was hurriedly taken down. So you're sort of wondering, this media department, are they just constantly taking these sort of things down? And anyway, as I say, not the worst thing in the world, but quite fun. Anyway, we approached the club and asked them for a statement, and asked them if this sort of thing was commonplace. They said what did they say? They said the club would like to apologise for inaccurately reporting Ajeti's age on our official website. It was a malfunction with our digital calendar, which has now been rectified. we'd like to apologise and wish all of our fans a very Merry Christmas. Which brings me on to Tim. Now, let me tell you about Tim. In fact, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether his name's Tim or anyone else. Every time I do a video that is, let's say, somewhat not just critical of the board, but anything, particularly the march, particularly the protest and stuff like that. I've had all sorts of messages before. I've had people telling me they know where I sit in the ground and they're going to come and see me, and it can get very sinister. I had one tell me they knew I'd go to the games with my son. I needed to be careful. I've had all sorts of stuff, and this stuff always happens after I've dug. It's particularly march, particularly protests and stuff like that. So anyway, as you will remember, in yesterday's video, I had the fantastic Tross on from Hammers United. I wanted to give an open platform and an open forum to, so he could explain how the protest was going to go, and I had such good feedback from it, and a lot of you seemed to enjoy what he had to say. And at the same token, I said at the end of the video, anybody else was welcome to send in a video if they had an alternative opinion, and that opportunity remains open to anybody who wishes to do so. But I knew when I made that video that I was going to get trolled, because that's just what happens. Not only get trolled, but I knew I was going to get a sinister trolling, let's say. It always happens. Someone creates a new account and they come out and they make a threat, or they make an insinuation. They do something. So anyway, so yesterday's one was from Tim. Brand new account. Don't watch anything. So, he's got no playlists. He's made this account because when you've got a YouTube channel, you can see a little bit more information than maybe if you're just surfing on and watching videos and stuff like that. We've got this whole studio app thing where you can look at different things. So anyway, Tim Worthington has done one post in his entire life, and he has created this. Now, his name's not Tim, all right? The name changes every time, but this is it. So anyway, he said to me, this fella always complains about protests, me. He says he doesn't want to get involved. But here he is again. I'll be on the boats to have a chat with Gonzo on Saturday, along with some of my mates. Where to start on that one? Well, firstly, Tim's name's not really Tim. Tim Worthington. It's not. Last time it was Julian, by the way. The last time we did this. There's been a few different names. So anyway, he's saying that I complain about protests, and I have done that many times. And many times I've been on this very channel and said that I think the fan base is too fragmented and everybody needs to come together. Absolutely. After what happened with the real West Ham fans, march and the lack of it, and I was scathing in what happened. Absolutely, it is totally true. He's quite right. He's quite right about that. But he'll be on the boats, the Hammers Chat boats. He obviously means. That doesn't mean one in the Channel or the Thames, because he would never he'd never encounter me, would he? To have a chat with Gonzo on Saturday, along with some of my mates. Now, I found that very, very interesting, because I had some mates over last weekend, and I had 3 mates over, and in all honesty, it took us about half hour to order 3 pizzas, decide what toppings to have. So I thought that was pretty impressive, that he is going to be able, and I just wondered how this conversation would go with Tim and his friends. I mean, he must have very, very accommodating friends, I'm thinking, Tim. And let's how the conversation goes. So you imagine a bunch of mates all sat around together. Okay, what are we doing Saturday? We're going down the pub. We're going out. What are we doing? Oh, no, I want to do something else. I want to go down some boats on a canal. Oh, okay. Well, what is it? A booze cruise? No, not that. I want to go and have a word with someone. He needs a good sort out. You going to back me up, fellas? Oh, Tim, we've got your back, mate. We got your back always. We're going to back you right up. What's he done? Was he what's he done? Has he insulted your mum, or has he stolen some money off you? No, it's worse than that. Worse than that. what he did was, he said he didn't like protests, and then he did a video about a protest on YouTube. Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, they must be fuming with that. They must be absolutely fuming. And anyway, they're all coming down. Tim and all his mates. They're not going to go to the pub. They're not going to go out racing. They're not going to do whatever they were doing. All his mates are so good. They're going to back him up, and they're going to come down the boats and have a good old chat with me and put me right. I don't know what they're going to say. They're probably going to turn around and say, "You complained about protests, and now you've done a video." And so anyway, I'm sure next week I'll be doing an apologetic video and saying sorry to Tim or Julian or whoever they are, and to your good selves as well, of course. But there you go. I just thought I would highlight that because Tim felt the need to post it up there for everybody. And I'm not one to, I hope you will all agree, I do like to give everybody a fair chance to have a talk. And normally I do concentrate on the positive comments. But I thought this one was par for the course. Anyway, there we go. We leave it. We move forward. Enjoy the rest of your day. We are going to be uploading quite a lot because we've got Saturday coming up. We've got the match coming up. We do have the protest before, which, as I've said, much to Tim's annoyance, he's going to go down the boat, so I won't be there at the start, Tim. I'll be marching. Even though I don't like it. That's how we march at Hammers Chat. Much like that. You and your mates better be quick to catch up with us. And then we'll be down the boats with Tim, obviously. And what we'll be doing is we're doing a couple of videos there. We've got the instant reaction video. We have got fan cams. We have got, what else we got? We've got the Talk a Good Game review coming straight up afterwards. We'll probably check our testicles. Oh, excuse me. In between all that, what else are we going to do? Got a patrons video, player ratings video. We got 5 or 6 videos. So stay tuned. If you can't make it to the ground, if you're not watching, we will be uploading all day. Unless Tim's thrown me in the canal, of course.